Hello folks, today we're going to do some cooking. We're going to make a twisted gumbo. And I'm going to start out with, maybe a tablespoon, once around, of Japanese sesame oil. Doesn't have to be Japanese sesame oil. Doesn't have to be sesame oil. Could be any oil. I just happen to prefer sesame oil. And we're going to let this warm up. This is a 10-inch cast iron Dutch oven. Normally you run 5 coals on the bottom and 10 coals on the lid, but since we're not going to be using the lid right away, I'm going with about 7 coals underneath. And it won't take long for this to warm up. Dutch ovens are fantastic as far as the heat. Matter of fact, we're just about ready to start. I'm going to take an onion, medium onion, chopped, and put it in. And to that, I'm going to add about 1 pepper. Now I should mention there were 4 or 5 cloves of garlic in with the onion. The reason I combine ingredients is because I have to wash these. And we're going to let this go for a couple minutes. Alright, now we're 5 minutes down the line. Little break in time. And I'm going to add about 8 ounces of portobello mushrooms. Now, someone might say, hey, wait a minute, there's no portobello mushrooms in gumbo, but I got these things 8 ounces for $1. And they're beautiful. They climbed into my shopping cart. And there's no way that they were going to, that I was going to leave without them. And we're going to let this go a few more minutes. Just the melding of flavors. Alright, so now it's been about 8 minutes or so. I'm going to add 25 ounces of canned whole tomatoes, chopped. I'm going to add half a cup of rice. And I'm going to add a half a cup of cheap wine. Yeah, maybe 3/4. At this point, the lid goes on. Now, I'm going to stir it. Now the lid goes on. Now I'm going to place coals on the lid. This is going to go about 15 minutes. At that point, we'll be adding some additional ingredients. Alright, so we're going to check it out 15 minutes later. Looks like it's coming along. Yeah. Now we're ready to add the next list of ingredients. We're going to add a half a pound or so of chicken. Now, the chicken is pre-cooked. A Facebook friend of mine by the name of Peter DeBoer told me about poaching chicken as opposed to boiling it, and I experimented with it, and you come up with some great chicken. Maybe we'll do a future video on how to poach chicken, but because very little water is used, your spices are greatly enhanced. I'm also going to add half a pound of ham. And a half a pound of andouille sausage, which happens to be pre-cooked. Never really thought of buying sausage pre-cooked, but it was on sale. That's the bottom line. And to all of this, I'm going to add about half a pound of about a 13-count shrimp. I'm going to kind of mix this all in there. Let the shrimp float on the top and steam. And we're going to put the lid on, let it go 3-4 minutes. Won't take long for the shrimp. There we have it, folks. Twisted gumbo. Look for my other videos. See ya.